Good morning, friends. Today's current affairs topic is from Business News. Growth sacrifice view grows in MPC. MPC is Monetary Policy Committee, which says growth is being sacrificed. So, Ashama Goyal joined Jayant R. Verma, two external members of MPC, voted as a minority for 0.25% rate cut in latest MPC meeting due to rising risk in status quoism and growth sacrifice. So, RBI persisting tight monetary approach. Here, the headline inflation is 5% since January and core inflation below 4% since December 2023, said by Mr. Goyal. Headline inflation projection 24 to 25 fiscal year is 4.5%. This gives average real repo rate 2%. Implying real repo rate will be above neutral for too long if repo rate stays unchanged. Slowing inflation is raised repo rate above unity. This would reduce growth rate. Expected growth rate is 7% in 2024 and 25, which is below 8% in the year 2023 and 24. Goyal said, avoid 2015 mistakes. The mistake is global crude oil prices fell substantially, but the fear that they would rise again, which prevented the government an adequate cut of policy rate. So the real interest rate rose substantially and hurt growth. RBI Deputy Governor Michael Debabatra Patra said policy needed to focus on aligning inflation to the target or risk determining medium term growth. The second topic is from editorial. Testing times. So here the NTA, National Testing Agency, which conducts the exams for NET. So here there is an allegation regarding the exam which has to be conducted for NET, but it has been cancelled. So here on this topic they ask whether the NTA, National Testing Agency, needs an overhaul, that is a repairing process to regain credibility. Here the cancellation of UGC NET exam on Wednesday, which would successfully conducted by NTA. It is a straw threatening to break agency's creaking reputation. Here they say straw threatening, like continuous allegations regarding the exams conducted by the national testing agencies. The first, it was NEET UGC medicine this year. There was allegation like irregularities this year, like question paper leakages. Similarly, there is a complaint in JEE exam also. So before any complaint, like previous exams, NEET exams or JEE exams, there is a complaint after the exam has been written by the candidates. But for the exam, NET, the Home Minister, cybercrime teams inputs have identified the mistakes before the exam itself. So the ministry immediately cancelled the UGC NET and promised fresh examination. Ministry asked CBI to investigate NEET allegations. It helped NET aspirants around 9 lakh studied for months, long distance travel to exam center and loans to cover its cost a little consolation. So they need not travel from a long distance for the cancellation of exam. The aspirants deserves answer for the cancellation of examination. The government is in the position to show its credibility in conducting the exams through NTA. So the first question the aspirant or the candidate has is NET exams conducted by CBSE till 2018 by offline mode. When NTA taken over, it became online exam. Why to revert this year online, which is vulnerable to paper leaks? The second question is accountability and punishment, the guilt of the guilty. Will the guilty be punished? In order to regain the trust among candidates, government should rehaul NTA system and personnel to ensure tech glitches, scams, paper leaks and proxy candidates not to happen again. However, some all India examination will always remain, and need is for the states to join center in recovering the integrity of the beleaguered exam system. This is also from the editorial page. And the third topic is the mandate for new economic approach. This is necessary for the new economic approach. So, drop in the number of seats won by the BJP. Recently held Lok Sabha election has been held, and BJP got with least number of seats and won the election. This shows drop in the number of seats won by BJP in UP. In UP, India's poorest state, and most rural states also is in UP. Aligns with the view. Okay. Dissatisfaction with governance, unemployment and persistent inflation, food price inflation high for 5 years. Food prices can be a determinant of how the electorate votes. It's a view of the electorates. If the food price increases, it is being a burden to the people. They can't afford the food. So this is important for a government to be elected. So food inflation in past, AB Vajpayee led National Demo Alliance government in 2004 came to an end due to this food inflation. Unemployment since 2014 also in an increased rate. Labor force survey shows decline real earning and regular employees and self-employment. Later people shifted from BJP. This happened in the Vajpayee government also. Is also followed by the current government. So there is a decline in the voters for the BJP. So, finance minister has promised reforms is essential for growth. 2 points. The first, reforms understood changes in policy regime effective only to the extent that they affect for demand and supply. Second, food inflation. Food and Agriculture Organization of United Nations estimates close to 75% of Indian population cannot afford a healthy diet. Unequal distribution of income in the country solution to this affordable food. Good infrastructure as a physical one for everybody, for everyday's life and economic activity. Everybody should have this good infrastructure. So for social well-being, people should have a good healthcare and education. So the reform should be focused on infrastructure and good health and healthcare and education, and reducing in the inflation. And unemployment also should be reduced. The reform should focus on this. Past reforms focused on attracting foreign investments, moving digital payment, manufacturing sector through subsidy and highways construction. Along with this, free rations, cash for farmers, housewives, but it did not bring back BJP with majority. Macroeconomic stability also will not do. Continue increased growth in India require increase in investment rate. Private investment in India has not budgeted for a decade. The relentless rise in prices of staple foods sign of under developed economy and sits uncomfortable with the goal of Viksit Bharat. First pressure point is, there are 3 pressure points. The first pressure point is wheat production shortfalls, which is a major source for protein for the workers. Making India self-sufficient impulses must be taken up in mission mode. So wheat production should be a self-sufficient for the people in India. So supply of fruits and vegetables are the sources of vitamin and minerals, which is hobbled absence of cold storage and poor transportation. So this is also should be rectified. Second pressure point is Indian Railways. Unaware by the rise in long distance migration for work, reserved compartments leads to a ticketless travelers. So this becomes a burden to other passengers. So they have launched Vande Bharat, but this is also a failure one. So third pressure point is strained water supply in cities Bangalore and Delhi. Deficit this summer. This would cripple economic potential and endangering social harmony. So Nal Se Jal is a distant dream to many. Public sector is crucial. Expressway and digital stake. BJP has championed, but connecting cities and digitalization in India is not the most important for our country right now. The country needs both infrastructure that supports both everyday life and economic activity. Firms, self-employed firms, need producer services ranging from efficient transportation and steady electricity supply to sewage and waste disposal facilities. When such services are unavailable, production cannot take place and employment cannot expand. As previously said, Unemployment and inflation is the major problem right now in India, and reform should be taken. So these are all the reforms can be taken. So past year higher growth rate not deliver these service sufficiently. To the services sufficiently. So private sectors provided these facilities. So conclusion of this editorial is the government, instead of promising or even implementing liberalizing reforms, it should move swiftly to address the pressure points. As I have said before, 3 pressure points. You should focus on the pressure points. To attain 2047, the countries as a developed economy, it may grow much. However, it may grow much. India will remain underdeveloped without the infrastructure to support life.